Big Bubble Radio.
Hello and welcome to the local lockdown with me, Neil Stockley. In today's show, we'll be starting off with some rock, and then we'll be moving into reggae, and then finishing with some new wave. Of course, interspersed with some choice tracks for myself.
Don't forget, you can email us, studio@bigbubble.uk.
Okay, so the first act we'll be featuring today is Gallows Circus from Kent. They're a rock act. Their influences include Blackstone Cherry, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Free, Rival Sons, Thin Lizzy and Reef. And with an influence list like that, you know what you're going to be getting. It's going to be good.
Situation that I recognize. Can I get a doctor here? Don't on your doorstep, it ain't advised. My mama taught me well. I gotta copy, this is otherwise. Can I get a doctor here? Tell me, nah, of your wisdom. Tell me, nah, your belief. Tell me, nah, your solution. 'Cause I'm all ears. Takes a lot of takes a lot of faith to believe. Takes a lot of steel to get up and start again. Got the remedy, got the pill, but nothing to wash it down. Held to ransom against my will. Now can I get a doctor here? Self-medication, meditation, all being tried. Tell me what you prescribe. My sanity just run up and died. Can I get a doctor here? Tell me, nah, of your wisdom. Tell me, nah, your belief. Tell me, nah, your solution. 'Cause I'm all ears. Takes a lot of faith. Takes a lot of faith to believe. Takes a lot of steel to get up and start again. Takes a lot of faith. Takes a lot of faith to believe. Takes a lot of steel to get up and start again. Takes a lot of faith. Takes a lot of faith to believe. Takes a lot of steel to get up and start again. Takes a lot of faith now. Takes a lot of faith to believe. Takes a lot of steel to get up and start again.
Okay, so that was the first track from Gallows Circus called Faith to Believe. What a great track. I can definitely hear the influences in there. I could also hear, I don't know, maybe some sort of like Velvet Revolver. Yeah, definitely some Stone Temple Pilots, sort of Scott Weiland feel going on there as well. These are all great things to be able to say about any band. Well, in my opinion anyway, if you're getting compared to artists and bands of that calibre, then you're doing something right.
Bubbling over with!
BigBubble Radio.
The band itself were formed in Kent in 2016. Gallows Circus are Richard Tunbridge on bass, Ben Atwood on guitar, Ian Day on vocals, and Steve Kitchener on drums. The band have a self-titled EP, which is available now. There will be a write-up on each show, which would include the website and social media information for everybody featured on the show. So please do check that out, so you can check out where to buy Gallows Circus EP, and also where they'll be performing, hopefully very, very shortly once this epidemic is finished. Okay, so that's enough talking from me. It's now time to play Gallows Circus's second record. This is a self-titled track. Having listened to their album, well, their EP, this is a much softer side to the band, but it's lovely. It's got a really different feel. I guess you could compare it to, if you took a Velvet Revolver track, you could compare it to like Fall to Pieces. It's a much more relaxed, gentle. It's a storytelling track rather than a blow your head off rock track. So yeah, let's have a listen to that now, and we can discuss it afterwards.
Is there an ember underneath this pile of ashes that used to be the raging fire of our love? I tried to reignite it using soaking matches, hoping you come back with that flame I'm waiting for. But I'm not holding my breath for you. 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 You held a circus mirror right in front of my face. Now what I see is not the strong man that I used to be. And now the smoke is clear to see the chink in the armor. That's where your love pierced my calloused heart so graciously. But I'm not holding my breath for you. I'm not holding my breath for you. I'm not holding my breath for you. I'm not holding my breath for you.
That was Gallows Circus with Gallows Circus. Lovely track. Really nice use of light and shade between the verses and the choruses. Obviously in the verses with the drop out from the instruments apart from the drums and the string section taking up priority. It really gives it a different feel from the choruses, which are heavier with the dual vocal harmony going on. This is a good example of what is around locally. As we saw from the first show, we've got some great folk people around. We've got every genre covered here. So again, it's just another reminder to get yourselves out there once this coronavirus has moved on. Okay, so I'd just like to say a big thank you to Gallows Circus for allowing me to play their music and feature them on the show. As I say, if you do want to see more from the band, do please check out Gallows Circus online on all their social media platforms. There will be links attached to this via our website at BigBubble. Thanks very much, Gallows Circus.
Bubbling over with!
Big Bubble Radio.
Okay.
Don't forget, you can email us. studio@bigbubble.uk.
Right, so now it's time to move into a completely different direction. We are now going to feature SKAbretta, a reggae band from Kent, fronted by Kevin MacLeod, who I'm lucky enough to be able to call a good friend of mine. I've known Kevin since I was about 18. At that time, Kevin was playing bass, but has now transitioned to being a lead singer frontman. And what a transition it is. The guy is absolutely smashing it on lead vocals in this band. I'm not going to say any more. I'm just going to play a track and then I'll come back and I'll give you some background information on who's in the band, what the band's up to, and just give you an overview of how great these guys are. But anyway, enough from me. Let's hear some music.
Shine your boots, get ready for the weekend. Wear your friends with a twinkle in your
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's some quality reggae there. I deny anybody not to be grooving away while listening to that. What can I say? It's proper reggae. It's Toots and the Mail. It's got the organ in there. It's Jimmy Cliff. It's Prince Buster. It's your archetypal reggae. It just gets you up on your feet, dancing. Doesn't matter where you are, who you're with. You're going to be having it. It's that simple. It's great to see an act like this coming up in our area. Kevin and the band do perform locally. They also go all over Kent. They go all over Europe. They're a band to be watching out for if this is your scene. I'm loving this. I think this is great. It's great to see Kevin flourishing in a completely different direction. His vocals are just spot on for what this is. Absolute pleasure to listen to. That track we just heard was called Knock 'Em Out. It's definitely a tick in the box for me.
Don't forget, you can email us, studio@bigbubble.uk.
Okay, so now let me give you some background information on SKAbretta. The band were formed in 2013. By 2014, they've gone from playing local pubs to playing the Indigo O2 at Greenwich, supporting the Jewellers. The band have also played prestigious venues such as the 100 Club, 12 Bar Club in London, the Dublin Castle in Camden, plus lots of festivals and scooter rallies, as well as the International Irish Ska Festival. The band has also backed reggae legends Susan Cadogan, Winston Reedy, Dennis Al Capone and Carl St. Clair of Desmond Decker's Aces. So what more do I need to say? This is a serious band that have got serious potential and seem to be fulfilling it. So as I said in the first show, we need to be supporting these bands. They're local to us. So let's get out there and see them. After this lockdown's over, I will certainly be going to see SKAbretta. After hearing that track, and I've obviously listened to the rest of the album, it's great. It's exactly what we need after all this. An uplifting, get up, dance, enjoy yourself music experience for everybody. Okay, so the band have just released their second album, Chili, comprised of 6 original songs and 4 covers. It's been very, very popular with audiences, as you can expect. It's also been featured on an Italian ska compilation CD, which is never a bad thing moving into Italy. The band have also recorded a limited edition vinyl single called Scammer, featuring reggae legend Susan Cadogan. As always, I will include links to the band's social media platforms so you can go and buy an album yourself and see where these guys are going to be playing in the upcoming months. As with many professional bands, they can go out in a mix of different lineups. Their main lineup is as follows: Mr. Kevin MacLeod on vocals, Lee Hardy or Bubs on guitar and vocals, Mick Wickens on bass guitar and vocals, and Noah Rodriguez on keyboards. Their drummer, Dave Charles, has a resume that any professional musician would be very proud to have. He's performed with artists such as Clem Curtis, Terence Trent D'Arby and Mick Jagger, to name but a few. So this guy certainly can play, as you heard from the first track. And now I think it's time for us to play another track from the band. This is Gatecrasher. Wow, what a phenomenal track there from SKAbretta. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of stuff going on there. Obviously, you've got the reggae influence with the offbeat chugging guitar, but you've almost got like a New Orleans jazz feel going on with the brass section. It's incorporating so many different vibes and grooves. That's a great track. And don't worry, Mr. Kevin MacLeod will be back on lead vocals for their final offering to us at the end of the show. So once again, a massive thank you to Kevin and the guys from SKAbretta for letting me play their music. As I say, there will be links in the description for the show below, so you too can go and check out this band online.
Don't forget, you can email us, studio@bigbubble.uk.
Okay, so now it's time on the local lockdown to reveal my final band for today. This band is a Swedish Anglo duo, occasionally a trio, and even occasionally a quartet. Their back catalogue is 6-7 albums, maybe more. They've been around for quite a while. Their sound has evolved over the years. The lineup has changed depending on what elements they decide to bring in, depending on the feel for the album they're playing. And that band is, of course, the one and only We Ghosts, which at its core is Jenny and John Woodall. I've been lucky enough to stand in with these guys a few times. They're phenomenally nice people and amazing musicians, brilliant songwriters. Yeah, I'm just going to stop talking and play a track because I can't do it justice.
Till you have everyone, body and soul. You won't be happy till you're queen.
That was the fabulous We Ghosts there with You Won't Be Happy Till You're Queen from the album Blue Wave. I have to admit, I have been a little bit self-indulgent there. I'm sure Jenny and John will be having a little bit of a chuckle to themselves that I basically just picked my favourite track that they've written. But I had no choice. Interesting things about that track, obviously the harmonica throughout is stunning. I mean, I'm no harmonica player. Well, I'm really not. But yeah, Rupert Breeden's harmonica playing is stunning. The guy can really play. Another interesting thing about Rupert, not only is he a fantastic harmonica player, he's also the owner and proprietor of Bear Straps, who make custom leather, beautiful guitar straps and provide them for people like Bob Dylan, Noel Gallagher, Pink Floyd, Adam Ant, David Gray, Justin Hawkins from The Darkness. Yeah, not to become like an advert site, but they're seriously good straps. Okay, so what is it about You Won't Be Happy Till You're Queen that really gets me? Why is it the track that I picked first? Well, I think it's the light and shade in the track, the use of vocal layering. Jenny's voice is immense on its own. I mean, if you haven't seen a live show, you really do need to go and see these guys live. And it doesn't matter if you see them in a small venue, if you see them on a big stage at a summer festival, you still get the intimate feel. Jenny and John will make you feel like you're 6 inches away from them. You know, it's intense. It's an intense experience. Don't think this is going to be a gig that you're going to go to and sort of, you know, have 5 or 6 drinks and chat to your mates while they play. You will not do that. You will watch intensely because it's a real experience. But anyway, with this track, yeah, the vocal layering and the harmony use. I mean, when they play live, they do recreate that to a point using pedals, and it sounds immense. It really does. When I first saw them, and this is years before I knew them, it was at the Neptune in Whitstable, and I could barely get in. Anyone who's been to the Neptune knows that in the summer, good luck getting in. I just about managed to squeeze in, and I was just amazed that there were these 2 people. I was imagining from the sound there were like, yeah, at least 2 backing vocalists, and there are these 2 people sat there making this amazing music, and quite rightfully so. The crowd were going mental. Yeah, do go see them. Do check them out online. Again, as I always say, I will add links to the description for this show, so you can go. Do buy an album. You can get an album online on their website at weghosts.com, or you can go to a show and buy an album from them directly. You know, these people, the great thing about local music, local acts, I say local, I don't mean as in they're literally 2 minutes away from you. These guys spend half the year in Sweden. They tour in France. They come back to England now, not that often, but you can meet them. They are approachable. It's brilliant. You know, you can go up to them and Jenny will have a good laugh with you. John will have a good laugh. You can talk about the world and the state of the world. You will not just have a one-dimensional conversation with We Ghosts. That's what I love about it. Right, I've waffled on enough. I'm going to play another track because there's so many good tracks and so little time.
I was born in a cold and northern town at a time that had fallen from grace, in a free society watch was blowing by, and soon there would be no more tears left to cry. At last there would be peace, and the prisoner released. But somehow the bullets never cease to fly. Shed no tears for me, wipe them all away. Save them for yourself, you're gonna need them someday. Shed no tears for me, save them for yourself, you're gonna need them someday. I believe, I So let's raise a glass to the next generation. Even though they may not yet be born, let's hope that as they live, they learn how to forgive. I was trying to find love, I was trying to keep warm. Shed no tears for me, wipe them all away. Save them for yourself, you're gonna need them someday. Shed no tears for me, save them for yourself, you're gonna need them someday. I believe, I
Wow, what a treat there for you and also for me. That was Shed No Tears from the brand new album by We Ghosts called Touch. What a fantastic song. I mean, this is the first time I've heard this song, and it for me is, again, it's a classic. It's another We Ghosts classic. I'd just like to say, yeah, some of the things I really enjoy about We Ghosts, not just from an artistic sense, but from a personal sense as people. Their songs, it's not a two-chord wonder. It's not he loves you, she loves me. I mean, these guys are not afraid to take on a political stance, looking at what's going on currently within our world, looking at it from a society point of view, socially. They're not afraid to take on these questions and these subjects. They're quite happy to go at it head on and have a go, in the same way that artists like Bob Dylan did back in the 60s, or the Talking Heads. They're not afraid to go in those areas. They're not afraid of it. And that, for me, you have to hold your hands up and say, yeah, fair play. Because it's refreshing to have something different. I like to pick artists on this show that have a little bit of depth. It's why we had Sam Brothers last week. Artists that aren't just your sort of blueprint, black and white, let's do this the standard way that we know will get us airplay or we know will become popular. I mean, to be able to pull this off, to be able to be yourself in music and be successful, you have to be a really good songwriter and you have to be really good musicians. Otherwise, you're just going to be going down you're going to be going down a road to nowhere, essentially. But as you can hear within We Ghost music, it's deeper than your average stuff you're going to hear on the radio. It's got depth, it's got meaning, it's got it's just got everything you can want from a song. So anyway, yeah, fantastic track. I also need to mention on bass, the one and only Derek Chai. Anyone who's ever seen this man play, yeah, he is a caliber above the rest. I can, from personal experience, I can tell you that. I mean, the guy's back catalogue again, he's played with people like Elton John, Dee Ream, Boney M, Jules Holland. So I think, again, that reflects upon how good We Ghosts are. As a songwriting duo, you're not going to get people like Derek Chai who want to jump in and play on your album if you're, a run-of-the-mill sort of player or a writer. So I really do think, within the Kent area, I know obviously these guys they're in Sweden a lot, they're in France, but you can see them here. They do play in Hyde, they do play in Whitstable, and you really are seeing a band that deserve to be at the point they're at. They deserve to be travelling and touring and making a good living and doing it. They're doing it. I mean, it's very easy to sit like I am now. I'm sat here, I'm talking about it. It's a very different thing to be doing it. And as I keep going on about it, please do support local artists. Support all artists, but as I said in the previous show, the way the modern music industry is set up, it is essentially a pre-formed music industry. The young artists you get today are picked up at a very young, early age, and they're moulded. The chances of the chance these days of bands like, for example, Crosby, Stills and Nash making it now, I don't know. I couldn't. Would Simon and Garfunkel make it now? Or would the record company at their audition go, well, you've both got very lovely voices, and Simon, you're a great guitar player, but the problem is, Simon, you're too small, and Garfunkel, you look too weird. And that's the problem we have at the moment, and that's why I'm saying please do support artists like We Ghosts. Anyway, I am unfortunately running out of time. I could keep going on for hours, but I'm not allowed to. So now I'm going to play one track from each of the artists featured today: Gallows Circus, SKAbretta and We Ghosts. And that'll be me for this week. Thank you very much for listening to the show. Please do subscribe and like BigBubble Radio on Facebook. A massive thank you to SKAbretta and a massive thank you to We Ghosts for letting me use their music and bring it to you guys. It's a fantastic pleasure. That's enough for me. I shall see you all next week. First up is Gallows Circus, followed by SKAbretta, and then finishing with We Ghosts.
Game on, now we're
non ritorni mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e cominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Volavo felice, pionato del sole ed un caro più su. Mentre al mondo pian piano sparivo lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonavo soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, oh, nel blu, dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Volavo felice, pionato del sole ed un caro più su. Mentre al mondo pian piano sparivo lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonavo soltanto per me. Dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Volavo felice, pionato del sole ed un caro più su. Mentre al mondo pian piano sparivo lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonavo soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, oh, volare, oh, cantare, oh, oh, volare, oh, cantare, oh, oh.
Skeletons in your cupboard stare back across the spaces. A handful of dust is all I have to throw into the phases of the ones you knew. A line on a page, is that all I am to you? The seas fill your eyes. We ghosts fill the air. We ghosts, we don't ever cry. 'Cause we
BigBubble Radio.